What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We had a very interesting day in the market, to say the least. The SPY was just flat, but we had some companies like Wendy's really flying up today in pre-market and all throughout the day, up 25.85%, as the chatter on WallStreetBets and Reddit really picks up on Wendy's. And then we also saw other stocks like CLOV kind of flying up as well, up 85.82%. I'm definitely going to be covering this one and what happened with them today, but they have a pretty big short float going on, and this could be the next big short squeeze that everybody is looking for on WallStreetBets and Reddit. And we're also going to cover how RIDE just got straight up destroyed today, down 16%, but over 30% down if you count the high of day and you count the after hours movement here. So overall, terrible day for RIDE. They warned about some terrible financial conditions, and obviously that just made their stock tank to the downside. We saw the SPY in the overall market just go a little bit flat today, kind of just try to tank off at open, but then recovered right back to the upside. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. Me and Mike would really appreciate it. We post these videos every single day. And if you'd like to trade with Mike and I in our Discord chat, just check out the link down below. We have the Discord link and the stat modeling link. You can join the Discord for free, where we post up some free day trades. And then we also have some awesome hybrid bot plays and different type of options that we call out all day long. So go check it out. But getting right into this news, we're really seeing Wendy's fly up today, like I said, off of that WallStreetBets mentions. And if we go ahead and see Wendy's, it's up quite a bit today. And I would say if we can pass above 31 tomorrow, it would be awesome. But Market Watch reports that after Tuesday's opening bell, the company became very popular on financial social media, with mentions of the stock increasing more than 4,000 in just 24 hours. And they said that this could maybe be coming after a tongue-in-cheek post about why it's the hot new meme stock. I even saw Kramer today talking about Wendy's, and I even heard lots of people talking about the chicken tendies and the new salad and stuff like that. So Wendy's has been a pretty fun stock to trade today, to say the least. And I think that if it could go up tomorrow above $31, it'll be an awesome stock for tomorrow as well. If we go look at their daily, you can see how much Wendy's is really starting to pop today. Let's go look at their max daily really quick, and you can see like how big of moves, like whenever COVID happened, they fell from 24 all the way down to 770 around, and then came right back up. So they are a very volatile stock. I'm glad that they're going to the upside. And if we look at the volume here, this blue volume, you can see today they had more volume than almost ever at 86.6 million volume today. So that's a lot of volume for a stock like Wendy's, which is not used to that type of volume. You can really see down here how this blue candlestick kind of explodes to the upside, which is showing that volume is more than it's been a lot in the past. But overall, this is kind of insane. Like I said, people were talking about the new salad they have coming out. They were also talking about the chicken sandwich and the chicken tendies. And I don't know if they're referencing the Tendy Man on YouTube, the song that's kind of like, the WallStreetBets kind of like AMC or GameStop song. Everybody knows it. Go check out the Tendy Man song on YouTube if you have not heard it, and definitely let me know in the comments how you guys feel about Wendy's. It's a fast food company. It's one of the first fast food chains to kind of start rising up like this, and obviously people might be looking at this for short squeeze potential as well. So we're just gonna have to see how it ends up looking. I'm gonna find the short interest in just a couple of seconds, but overall, I mean, Wendy's has just had an insane move today, and the big thing is that is this move gonna continue into tomorrow? And nobody really knows. But the big thing is that we just play this smartly, guys. It's always going to be crazy when stocks are flying up 25-30% in one day. Just make it pass above $31 and treat it as a momentum play. And Wendy's short float is only 4.38%. So it looks like the short squeeze potential isn't too much on Wendy's. But there is another stock we're going to talk about in a little bit, called CLOV, which has a pretty high short float right now. But man, Wendy's was looking pretty good, holding these SMAs all day long. Even if we go out to like the 15-minute chart, still looks pretty decent. I'm not sure that this movement can continue into tomorrow. I think it definitely can, with all the mentions on WallStreetBets and Reddit. But just be very careful. It's going to be volatile. It had a pretty big pop today, and this is a stock that's not used to this type of movement. So just be a little careful, as we go on. over the next few days. I would say treat it as momentum play. Like I said earlier, make it break above 31. If it breaks 31, then target $32 and so on. And I think that it holding up above $30 today shows that it has some strength, and it even moved up in after hours above that high of pre-market at 30. So I think that was a pretty good sign at close for Wendy's. But kind of moving into the ticker CLOV or Clover Health, CNBC reports that Clover Health shares double on session at one point as Reddit and WallStreetBets drive them up. Chatter about Clover grew on Reddit and WallStreetBets forums, which now has more than 10 million participants combined. And Clover became one of the most mentioned stocks on those chat rooms, apparently, according to Quiver Quant, which is just a company that kind of like quantifies data on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. But Reddit traders have been all over AMC Entertainment in the past week as traders piled into shares and call options of the movie theater chain and drove the stock up more than 110% this month. But with CLOV, a short squeeze could really be in play here because CLOV has a 43.5% short float right now, which is that's pretty big, guys. If your float is 43.5% short, that's a pretty big number. It's even larger than AMC's was short whenever AMC was flying up over the past couple of weeks. So with CLOV, I think that there's definitely some potential here, and this is awesome. Having a 43.5% short float is always going to help the stock go up, and it increases the chance of obviously a short squeeze happening. And that squeeze could have been happening in the middle of the day today as it flew up towards $25, but I would really expect this to maybe keep going up tomorrow. Really have your eyes on CLOV and Wendy's. I think that they both have a lot of potential, and it looks like they're just holding strong, and they're even like holding high at the end of the day. CLOV looks a little worse in after hours than Wendy's did, but at the same time, CLOV is up a lot more today. Like I said, up over 100% if you go to the high of day, which is just an absolutely insane move. AMC, I'm not even sure they had a 100% day yet, so we're just going to have to see what goes on, but CLOV has been moving pretty nicely. So like I said, kind of with Wendy's, treat it as a momentum play. I think if we can break up above $25, it could end up being a pretty good play. Just keep in mind, though, it's going to be risky. It's going to be volatile. You can see today it hit 25, fell all the way down to 16 very, very quickly, which was a huge drop out of a stock, especially like CLOV, which is going to have a ton of volatility, and it's going to be going up and down very quickly. So honestly, I would not be swinging this. I would just try to do some quick in and out day trades on it, if anything. But overall, great stock, great news with the short float, and hopefully can keep going up tomorrow. And then the last stock I'm going to cover is actually reported by MarketWatch, but it's going to be ticker symbol RIDE or Lordstown Motors. And man, did they just get crushed today, down 16% at the low. It's over 30% if you count the after hours move. And overall, MarketWatch reports that Lordstown stock plummets after the electric truck company warns about their financial position. In a delayed quarterly and annual filings with the SEC that were made public today on Tuesday, Lordstown added a growing concern warning, which informs investors that it may not be able to continue operating due to its terrible financial conditions right now. And this really made the shares tumbled down today, and you can see how much they ended up falling. And I saw some people in Discord kind of taking advantage of this type of drop that we saw going on. And man, it's crazy to see a stock like RIDE really fall off the board. We've been seeing some of these EV stocks, they've been a little shady, to say the least. We have NKLA, they had some terrible news where their truck wasn't even operating. They just had it rolling down a hill. They didn't even have an engine in it, so there's definitely some shady stuff going on. I'm not saying that Lordstown Motors is shady or that RIDE is shady by any means, but this is a pretty bad drop that we saw today out of a stock that was recovering up pretty nicely. But one thing to keep in mind is that even though it is down quite a bit, they're still up from those lows of 669 just at the beginning of May. So, just keep, look at this downturn with a grain of salt, but that's some terrible news that their financial condition might be so bad that they might have to halt their operations, and that's terrible news. Obviously RID might have to file for bankruptcy or who knows what's going on with them, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see heading into tomorrow. and over the next couple of days, because this type of downwards momentum was pretty strong and it cut off a lot of its gains that it took over the past couple of weeks. So, man, I mean, it's a terrible day for Lordstown Motors. But, talking about EV stocks, Tesla was even down today a little bit, but it tried to pop up in after hours. NIO is still doing fine. So keep in mind, it's just more of like Lordstown. It's not really affecting the whole entire EV sector at all. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get into our momentum plays and our unusual options. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and highlight our member of the day, which is Hunter. And Hunter's been such a big help over the past few days while Mike has been gone. He's such a valuable part of StockedUp. He's our moderator in Discord if you guys don't know him. If you ever have any questions or anything, just at Hunter in the chat. He'll go ahead and help you out. But yeah, thank you, Hunter. Please, guys, go give Hunter a shout out. He's been awesome the past couple of days. He's even been posting some nice premium selling plays in the chat, which has been very nice and helping a lot of members out with their questions. So overall, thank you, Hunter. Thank you for the great job you do. Me and Mike would definitely we would definitely have a lot more on our plates if you were not in the Discord. So thank you very much. And then going ahead and getting into our momentum plays today, we have WEN or Wendy's, which we talked about earlier, of course, and go ahead and make them pop up all the way up above $31 tomorrow morning. I think this is very doable out of Wendy's, and overall, it's just a pretty hot stock right now. So definitely look for them to pop up above 31. And then we have CLOV. Go ahead and make them break above 25, which was its high of today. If it breaks up above 25 and it was up 85% today, who knows how much more it could run tomorrow. Maybe it might be a 10 or 12 point move. Nobody knows. But guys, really watch out, because these two stocks, Wendy's and CLOV, are very, very hot right now. And getting into the next one, we have Target, and they just continue their ascent to the upside on the daily chart. They just do not stop. I mean, look at Target over the past few months. I mean, all-time highs. What can you say out of Target? Fantastic looking stock. Go ahead and make them break up above 236.36, which was their high of today, for tomorrow. And keep in mind, if they do break out above that, just be a little careful, because they are pretty overextended. But overall, this stock just seems like it just cannot go down. And then we have AAPL here. This stock actually popped up pretty well today, then consolidated back down, ended up being up 0.067%, but they had some pretty good news yesterday with a little bit of an event. So go ahead and make them break up above 128.50 to the upside. I think if Apple can break out above that, it might have a pretty good day. And looking at the daily chart, it looks like it's kind of consolidating and wants to come back up. And then coming right into our unusual options, we actually have IWM August 20th, 222 puts, and this had $2.1 million put into it today. Personally, I would have to say that they're shorting these puts. You can see how far down it looks like they are on IWM, which is the Russell. And I will say, just looking at it, 222 seems like a pretty good support level. So that's what also makes me think that they would be shorting this. And it just kind of seems like the Russell is trying to break out to all-time highs. It's getting very close to its upper resistance around 234.50, or you could say 235. If it breaks out tomorrow, really watch out. I think that they might have been shorting this play. Now we're going to get straight into the questions from the previous episode. And with the first one, we have Rich Lee saying CLOV for the win. Holy cow. Good thing I was adding in shares to sit at 9 when it popped. I wonder the strength of the momentum heading into the week. And yeah, Rich, it looks like you were totally right with CLOV. That stock just straight up exploded today, up 85%. I hope you still have your shares around $9, because, man, I know you're going to be very happy today. Definitely let me know in the comments, if you're still holding those shares. I'll definitely appreciate to hear the answer. And then we have AKA saying, this was a good day trade. I got in and out real fast for 3K. And also Eli Lilly was flying. CLOV, AMC, BB, all to the upside, watching those still. So awesome trade there on those stocks. And yeah, hopefully CLOV, hopefully you were able to play that today, because it was pretty good. And we have Zeus asking, what's your thoughts on SNDL or Sundial? So let's go check it out. We haven't talked about Sundial in a couple of days, but looking at this stock, it looks like on the daily it's still in a pretty good trend. It has been coming down a little bit off of that $1.50 resistance, but it is kind of holding its ground. I think it still has potential to go up over the next couple of weeks. And my main thing is that SNDL is a marijuana company. So just keep in mind that if the MJ sector starts popping up, SNDL might pop up also. But since their short float was a little high, it might pop up a little bit more than the others. But just be a little wary. The stock has been coming down a little bit, but I think that with it kind of consolidating here along the $1.10 mark, it might hold this and then go up tomorrow. So if it holds $1.10, I think that it's going to be a pretty good opportunity for tomorrow. And then we have Trading Lifestyle saying AMC needs to break $60, but 500 million shares is going to make it hard to move higher than $100 max. And I agree with you. That is going to make it a little harder. And it did actually break out above 60 today, but only for a couple of seconds on AMC. You can see on the 1 minute chart, maybe for a couple of minutes it was up above $60, but overall it just double topped up here and just tanked off in the middle of the day. This doesn't mean AMC can't go up tomorrow. I really like it off this 53 support and this double bottom that we saw in the middle of the day, and we might see a break up above 60 tomorrow. Who knows how long it's going to take, but I think that we will see a break. It's just gonna depend on how long are we going to have to wait for this. And then I had Chipster339 asking, how do you know when the Feds have meetings? So the way that I do it is I always read articles on investing.com, on CNBC, and other places. And then I'm also always on the Federal Reserve calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for you guys really quick so that you can see it. And just go to federalreserve.gov/newsevents/calendar. And then you can see that we're in the month of June right now. So it's June 8th. So just scroll down to June 8th on here. And then we'll just go all the way down to Thursday, and you can see how it says selected interest rates and stuff like that. And then if we go into next week, you can see how it says on Wednesday 6/16 FOMC meeting, 2-day meeting, June 15th and 16th. The press conference is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern time on the 16th. So guys, just keep that in mind. The Fed is going to have that FOMC meeting next week, and then we're still going to have that CPI data coming out later on this week on Thursday. So just be careful. That might actually hurt the market. And I have Kathy saying, what's up, Tom? Great discussions and stock reviews. The week has been great, and hopefully more days like this to come. As the Fed and Kathy, or in the Fed and Kathy Wood, I trust. S&P to 4,500 at the end of the year. Corrections or pullbacks are part of the game. And Vicky, I really agree. Corrections and pullbacks are part of the game. It's one of those things that just naturally happens in the stock market. If the SPY fails to break out above 423, unfortunately we might have a little bit of a correction or a little bit of a pullback. I don't know how low we can go. I have a pretty good support down here at like 403 on the SPY, and then if we break below that, maybe somewhere around 400 or like 395. But overall, like she said, those corrections are kind of expected. And then we have Muscle Cars saying, I wonder if Biogen is working with other genomics companies. Maybe ARKG is a good buy, but I'd rather see the FDA approve the drug that helps thousands of people. This would be a bigger win. So yeah, I wonder if Biogen is doing that too. Let's go check it out. BIIB was Biogen. They really exploded up yesterday on that news. And, I really like what you said about some of those other companies like ARKG and others. I think that with ARKG, this is going to be the best option if you want to grab some genomic stocks for the long term. I think that this company is this ETF, which is comprised of companies, is going to do very well over the next few years, especially as the genomics part of healthcare kind of starts advancing and gets a little bit better. And then we have Vegito Blue saying, Tom, I remember the first videos you did on your own last year. You are 100% more comfortable than before. Good job, buddy. Hey, I appreciate it. Mike will be back tomorrow, and I'm glad I've kind of progressed over the past couple of years. That's always a good thing to hear. I really appreciate those kind words, man. And like I said, Mike will be back tomorrow to go ahead and lock down the fort. Go ahead and lock down the fort, I should say. So overall, we're seeing a pretty good move out of the overall market here. We have the SPY kind of just holding its ground. I'm still waiting for it to break out. I was really hoping that we'd be breaking out above 423.38 today, but we kind of failed to do it at open. We just started tanking off to the downside, but we did recover up nicely, which gives us a good opportunity for us to maybe go up tomorrow. And we saw the QQQ have a good day. This one actually rose up and then fell down. It didn't recover up as much as the SPY did, but it did go up a lot more initially. Guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It'll really help me out. Please leave any questions you have in the comments down below. And if you guys want to trade with Mike and I, please check out the comments or please check out the description. We check out the link for our Discord and our statistical modeling where we have where we call out all of our options plays. Me and Mike are in there all day long calling out plays left and right. We also have some bots in there calling out plays as well, and they've just been straight up fire lately. So guys, please check it out. Thank you for watching the video and have a good rest of your night.